Welcome to RezoBiz. This is number 16 of the People's Choice. And this week we're going to work on a little bit of our body, fitting the neck and doing a little bit of shaping and things there. And then we're going to do a little bit, I guess, alignment, in-graft stuff, and some other little things. And then we're going to have the reveal, what binding and what inlay did we decide for this guitar. Hi, I'm Byrl with Byrl Guitars, and welcome to RezoBiz, where everything is greater with a resonator. People's Choice reveal for what kind of binding we're going to put on and what kind of inlay we're going to do. There was quite a lot of different variety of opinions what we're going to do, what ought to be done for the binding, but what won out we had a couple for the different kinds of maple. Thankfully, I don't think we had anything for the white binding. I'm glad, because I just don't prefer it. I don't know why I even threw it in there, honestly, but never know. We had some for the tortoise shell and a little bit for the walnut, but in the end, ebony won out, and I am very thrilled with that choice. It's going to look very good. So now we know what to use for binding on our fretboard. We can start cutting our binding channels for the guitar, and gonna move forward. And lastly, diamonds were kind of the theme, and this was close. This wasn't a just cut and dry, but finally the custom diamonds won out over all the other different ones. So we're going to be doing the custom that was demonstrated and kind of shown you in the last episode. All right, let's do some kind of detail work on the guitar this week. All right, I cut our in-graft channel. I know I've got our piece of ebony. That's going to go in here. I got to clean it up a little bit, but that's what it's going to look like. I am waiting to see what the binding choices are going to be this week before I glue that in. I think just to see what happens, but there may be some accent things we do or something, but depends on how it all goes. But there's the start to that. So I've been working on this a little bit. I'll catch you up to what I've done. I'm trying to think. Oh, I know why. I'm holding off on the in-graft so that I might want to put some fancy trim and stuff in there. Wait, kind of see what you guys decide. And I've got the holes for the neck put in, and I have aligned the holes for the neck. I guess it's not to the neck. I think I might have said that. Early morning, maybe I'm not all the way awake yet. And then I've transferred the holes, the center of these holes to right here on the neck, and I'm getting ready to drill these for the neck bolts. And then I got some things drying for the neck. The fretboard, I'm waiting to find out from you what we're binding with, and then I want to bind the fretboard, and there's some prepping I can do for that. I'll get that down here in a minute and get the shape of it and get it ready to be bound. We can also lay out our marks as far as the center of where our dots would be. Not so much the dots yet, because you guys are still deciding. So we're getting there. We're almost there though. So that's kind of catching up where we're at. So I'll get a few of these things done. We'll get this shaped, and I'll find out, as soon as I find out what you guys are wanting for binding, I should be able to get that in-graft in, and we can start cutting channels for our binding. That'll be exciting. Get the binding on it, but that'll be next week. And get the neck on. We have to get the binding on the neck, then we can put the neck on the neck, the fretboard. Put the binding on the fretboard, which becomes part of the neck later. But right now, it's a separate thing. And then we get that glued on here, and then we call it all the neck. But I gotta get binding on that, then I can glue it on the front, or I'm just having a hard time talking. Binding on the fretboard, then I can glue it on the neck. And then we can start fitting up the neck a little bit more. Right now, I gotta get some bolts in this, and then I can get I think my, it's square to the body, but I have to make sure my left and right is correct. And that's something we do before we put the fretboard on. So a few things. Dobro resonator. So there's a neck on there. Now just gotta get the fretboard on. That might be a little long, right? Well, let's trim that down. Yeah, that's looking good. Oh, I didn't check it for left and right. Let's see what kind of adjusting we gotta do. Just line up my center lines. Oh, don't always happen like that, but it's center all the way. First try. Well, that makes things easy. All right, let's play with the fretboard a little bit. All right, so now we've got a fairly well-shaped fretboard. We just got to get some binding on it, and then we'll glue it on and we'll get the rest of the neck shaped up. But there's how we're looking now. So that'll be, let's see here. We'll get a logo on the end of it. It'll contrast well. Yeah, moving right along. Now I just gotta find out how you guys want to bind it. All right, we got this end graft. Get her loaded up with some glue. And here's pretty much why I made this hammer. Little things like this. You really don't have to even tape it because the thing is just wedged in there real nice and tight. So I'll let it dry a little bit and then we'll whack the ends off of this. And then now that I know what we're doing for binding, I can start getting ready for that. That ebony, and when I do the ebony, this may be where I'm not letting you vote. I'm gonna try to, because can you see those streaks in there that match the fretboard? I'm gonna try to get some of that ebony so that parts of it will have a little bit of that in there. It's gonna be real nice. All right, there's our end graft. So we have choices. We have lots of choices. I'm trimming them down. There's a giant variety of choices. You see on my dobro back here, I have what's called gold vein. But if we went with that, I don't think our ebony would work. I am still throwing in the option to, if we went chrome, I'll show you that more in a minute. I would think we would have to go chrome rings, which would totally make wooden rings pointless, but and everything we did. But if that's what you want, we'll do it. That would be the third time we changed on our rings. All right, so the first choice that we got to decide on is what color hardware we're going to go with. I don't have tuners out here, but we always make the tuners match. So we got a black tailpiece, a black cover plate, and then black. And then I think what we'll do, if we go black, then the ebony sound rings will be fine. What I like about this is these are, I'm putting these inside, and there's still a wiggle room. I'm putting the inside ring into that on the inside of this, so this is bigger. I like that. Not too much, but it is a little bit. And it's just kind of a new thing. So you want to go black, and I think personally that would be the way to go, because the ebony, which that's what I'm going to do, make ebony sound rings. The ebony would match well. All right, or we could go chrome, which I was looking. I didn't find it. I think I've powder coated all my chrome. But there's a chrome look there. Throw up this chrome sound rings. The other thing is, it's hard to tell, when this is all nice and shiny and finished. It's hard to see what it really looks like then. And we'll have black binding on here, and the chrome always looks nice. But black is the new. Everybody seems to want the black hardware. So that's an option. So black hardware, chrome hardware. Then we got another option we need to decide on that I like doing. not everybody does. If we went, and I've never done it on chrome, but if we went black, would you want a wooden palm rest? Now this one's roughed out. I actually don't have one done right now, but I contour this to fit palm of your hand, however it is you play it, and it sits right down. I'm trying to remember. Sometimes I talk about it fitting on here, but it's not really where I put my hand. But it just like molds to the shape of your hand right there. This is just big and bulky, and I thin it down. It's not much different than the regular height of an actual palm rest. It's got a silkier, smooth feel, and of course it's custom because it looks wooden. And we could get, let's see, I probably have some leftover scrap of this top that we could use, which that's pretty much, this is spalted maple. It's just not got the quilting in it, but that's what this is anyhow, which I wouldn't use that one, but I'd get one. And then, or we could use a hackberry. You get some hackberry and use for that. So, but we got to decide, do you want a wooden palm rest, or do we want to go with a regular black palm rest that goes on this? All right, so that'd be the second choice that needs to be made. So color and a palm rest. And we could get more technical, but I don't think we will this week. I think we'll just leave it at that. All right. If you like the video, hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and you'll get the little alarm that notifying you that I put a new video up. Try to get one up every Saturday by 6 o'clock. And we'll see you next week.